All right, so this is our last tutorial video. We've got our theater, we've got our three walls, we've got our door, our arch, and this other sort of squared off archway leading off stage. We've got two windows, a picture, a couch, some stairs, and now we're going to do a table and chair. So I'm actually going to have us put our table sort of out here on the apron. Normally we don't really put furniture or anything out on the apron, but you can. And it's happening more and more in modern day. Used to, you would never put anything on the apron, but now we're in the time of theater where breaking the rules is cool. So we're going to put it out here on the theater, on the apron, okay? On the apron. Just drop my ruler. Come on, little ruler. Not going to get away that easily. All right, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I want the front legs of my table. I'm going to put my table directly at center stage, right here in the middle. And I need to decide how big I want it. I'm going to say I want my table to be, let's say 3 feet, or I guess we're not really doing things to scale. So how about 1.5 inches wide? Sound good? I think it sounds good. So here is my horizontal 1.5 inches. I just eyeballed this. What you should do is measure. So, oh, that's exactly 3/4 of an inch from the front of the stage. And this is exactly 3/4 of an inch from the edge of the stage. So this is actually a completely horizontal line. Go, Miss Browning. So this is how far apart I want my legs of my table to be. I'm going to end up erasing this line, but it's nice to have. So now I want to draw the legs of my table. And I'm not using the edge of my paper, remember, because way back in video 1, I did not do my whole theater directly parallel to the front, to the edge of my paper. So we've worked with that mistake as we've gone along. So I'm actually putting it right at the front edge of my apron. So sorry. My mind went for a second. So I'm going to draw a straight line up on this side and a straight line up from this side. Okay. And I need to decide how tall I want my table. I feel like this tall maybe is a good height. Again, if we were doing this to scale, that would be different, right? We would be definitely making sure we got our height exactly how we wanted it. So this is exactly 1 inch. I'm doing real good with my exact measurements today. So I need to go up exactly 1 inch on this side. Here we go. And then I can just go across to make the top of my table. All right. So here's the top of my table. Now I need to make, well, the front edge of the top of my table anyway. Now I need to actually make the top of my table. So where am I going to draw those lines? You guessed it, to the vanishing point. So I'm going to put my pencil on this corner of my table, lean my ruler until it hits the vanishing point, and draw a line. And this one, it looks like it's going into the wall, but that's because this is actually in front of the wall. So I'm going to go from this corner, rest my ruler right against my vanishing point, and do the same thing on this side. These are not completely the same length, so I'm just going to decide how long I want it. I'm placing this edge of my triangle ruler against the center stage line, and I want my table to be this long, and I've just chosen this measurement randomly because it looks good. I'm going to use this ruler to finish that line all the way across. And so now I have basically a sort of cube right up front. That's what it looks like right now, is the front edge and the top of sort of a block, a rectangular block. And that's okay. I also need to erase the bottom stair and the bottom of my back wall lines because we cannot see them anymore through our table. I'm going to redo this line because I just erased it. Okay, so that's what it looks like, just like that. Tables are actually really stinking easy. Now I need to make the front little lip of my table, right? Tables have a lip on them. The top part is substantial. So like this table has a lip that's like that thick. And to make that lip, I'm literally going to just make another line a little ways down. Just like that. Okay, I've drawn a little lip to my table. And now I need to make the legs of my table. And for that, I'm going to draw another vertical line down the front and match it on this other side. Ooh, that was much thicker. See, this is why you actually want to measure. I'm just eyeballing. But you do want to measure. Do I like the thicker one or the thinner one? I like the thinner one. All right, let me do the outside part of the leg again. There we go. And this time I'm actually going to measure just so I get it right. Okay, that makes sense. And I'm going to measure, and draw my line. Oh look, now they match. Go me. And I'm going to erase that bottom line that I said I was going to erase in the beginning. Okay. And now I have the front legs of my table. See, I told you, tables are super, super easy. I'm going to draw just a guiding line just to see if I do need to draw my back table legs, because at the angle that we're at, that the audience is at, they might actually be able to see them. So I'm going to draw from this front inside corner of this table leg. I'm just going to draw a very light reference line by lining up my ruler with our vanishing point there in the center. And then I'm going to put my finger on the back corner of my table and see if my back table leg, if I draw a line straight down from that back corner, will it meet this little reference line that I drew? And the answer is yes, but it meets it actually right here where the front lip of the table is. So I don't actually have to draw it because the audience from this angle would not be able to see it anyways. And I'm done with my table. The table is done. Done deal on the table.